Hello and welcome back to AD Draws. Today on the channel we're going to be doing something a little bit different to last time. We are going to be doing an image today on black paper and going to be trying to draw Venom today from the obviously from the movie, but mainly actually the more the comic book version of Venom, just because personally I like the version in the film, but I prefer the look of the one in the comic book. So we're going to be drawing that. First of all, obviously, if any of you haven't subscribed to the Instagram channel, then please do. It's at AD Kitchen. This piece here is one of the pieces that I did in the past, just after I was watching a lot of Rick and Morty, just to again show you sort of the normal style of stuff that I tend to do, which is the coloured pencil on the Strathmore tone tan paper. So without any further ado, we'll get this out of the way. As you'll see here, we've got a nice piece of black card. Now it's using sort of some quite heavyweight card today. The aim of this will be to actually draw Venom mainly based on the light that's coming through and hitting him. So looking to do him sort of almost not the silhouette, but kind of the reverse, just seeing those edges that are being picked out. So if it works, that's kind of where we'll go. What I'm actually going to be doing initially is sketching him out using a blue pencil lead. So it's actually a Faber-Castell 0.7mm blue lead, just to kind of get that initial shape, and then finalising it, bringing it in. And I've got a Caran d'Ache Luminance white pencil that I'm going to be using to kind of pick out the details on that. So without any further ado, we'll get going. In this video, just to actually to limit the length of the video, I am going to be kicking it at some point into a time lapse. So once we've got the initial image sketched out of Venom, then I will add some of the detail into a time lapse and then sort of bring everything back a little bit more towards the end, so that you can see the finished result of what we're trying to achieve here. I'm also trying sort of with working on the black card. It's kind of a bit difficult, so I'm just hoping that we can get the colour and the pencil showing up on it, more so than anything. So yeah, just initially getting the shape of the Venom head in there. And like I say, I will be refining it quite a lot. So this is just to get the basic idea of his head and his face. Right, so actually what we're going to do is, like I say, I haven't yet seen the film, due to see it this coming week, but I've actually heard good things from people who have seen it. So the critics gave it a bit of a panning, but I think that actually they were probably a little bit harsh to the film itself, from what I've heard, and that actually it's quite an enjoyable film. So looking forward to seeing that when I have had a chance to this week. But as I say, I am looking to draw more the character design, the character style, a little bit more like the comic books themselves, rather than the film. I just, from the images that I've seen, I prefer the look of his I do prefer the look of his sort of teeth and kind of like his general face from that, as opposed to what you would see in the film. So obviously he's a bit toothless at the moment, but we will get that sorted shortly. Like I say, I will do the initial design. I'm looking to do Venom and sort of his upper torso as well here, but obviously, but just for now, I will get some of the initial lines done. So what I'm actually probably going to do in a minute is stop talking and sort of kick in the first bit of time lapse just to get the sort of the roughing out of the sketch in place. And once the sketch is in place, then obviously I'll come back and let you know how to what I'm going to be doing with the rest of the piece. So we'll get straight on with that, and I'll continue the drawing. To this violent scene, when our love drains, they bleed again, rising like a stranglehold, and infect the character of everybody's dream. So come on, so come on. So as you can see, we've now done sort of the basic line work for Venom. Just now looking to sort of firm up some of the lines and kind of get the effect that I'm looking to do with the white pencil on the black. So the aim is that the blue will form sort of the shadows and the darker side of him, with sort of some light coming in from the top corner here. So I'll start it off with the pencil here, and then kick it off into some more time lapse before kind of coming back to finish off and show you the finished result. So yeah, I'm looking to, like I say, just the key things with him is obviously Venom is black and white. So based on the fact that he is black and white, we are going to pick out all of the white bits from him and kind of bring those in with the coloured pencil. And the reason I'm going to kick this into sort of time lapse mainly is because there will be sort of quite a bit of shading going into this. Now with those with the shading as it comes in, it does take a little while, so obviously I don't want to bore everybody with that, and had some good feedback from people around the time lapses so far on the channel. So obviously just keep it going. I have got all of the footage of doing it in real time. So if people do want to see that, then obviously I can pop that in a video for people. But I'll probably just kind of stick with this kind of format of making sure that I am doing the main things with the time lapse, and also just kind of making sure that that you also get to see a bit of the artwork. So what I'm doing, like I said, is that the light is going to be coming from this side. So with his head, and again I'll firm up a lot of these lines, his head is going to be in the light from this side, and the aim for this will be that obviously this is going to be the lightest patch here. I'll tidy some of this up with the rubber. One of the things, like the black and the blue particularly is quite good at rubbing out the colour. So actually, once you've done the blue, I think that's why quite a lot of people do their construction lines in the blue. I do like using the blue pencil, and if I am sort of drawing anything on the camera that I am looking to do more as a live piece, and that I'm sort of creating as I go, then I probably will be using the blue a bit more. I've also got some red. I've actually got a number of different coloured leads, because I've got the pencils made up just because I prefer working in pencil in general. That actually I thought I'd invest in the coloured leads rather than using the coloured pencils themselves. It's just a bit of a pain with the coloured pencils like this, where you have to sharpen them constantly, because particularly on the black, to get that sharp line. And the reason that I'm using the Caran d'Ache rather than using one that I'd normally use, which would be a Prismacolor, is the fact that the Caran d'Ache has got a slightly harder lead, so obviously it's not going to need sharpening quite so much on the page, but you still get a very nice white line. Also seems to be pigmented slightly whiter than things like the Prismacolor. So that in itself helps matters out. But what I'm doing here is just picking out the top edges of where he is, which means I can also sort of tidy up things that I'm not so happy with, sort of make various different changes like that. There should be in a bit. There we go. Just to do that. So that gives you kind of a bit of an idea. Obviously, I will kick this back into time lapse now, just to get sort of some of the main pencil work done, and then obviously come back to you later in the video.
to this violent scene when all of the trains they beat again, rising like a stranglehold and infect the character of everybody's dream. So come on, so come on.
So, just coming back to you now, obviously after that time lapse, now there are just going to be putting the finishing touches on here, but actually I'm quite happy with the end result from this. One thing that I have that did take me a bit by surprise is that I'm using the cardstock here, which probably isn't as smooth as I would like. So if I'd used something a little bit smoother, then I would probably have managed to get a slightly more even tone on the shading and the light specifically that's sort of coming in and hitting him. But actually, in terms of like the concept and how that's turned out, I'm pretty happy with how that's been. It's turned out how I didn't intended it to do. I've seen sort of a lot of pictures of Venom since the films have kind of come out, and what I wanted to do was just do something of Venom because he is exceptionally cool. I mean, he does look badass basically, but I just wanted to do it in a slightly different way to most of the people, and hopefully I think that I've managed to achieve that in this picture. So thank you for watching the video. All that it comes is to sign it. Okay. And that is that for Venom. If you've enjoyed the video, if you've liked the style of drawing here, and you'd like to see me doing sort of some more stuff of this style, then please do let me know. More than happy to do that. Likewise in the comments or on Instagram, we've got AD Kitchen on the Instagram. The channel's now called AD Draws on there as well, just to keep everything consistent. But yeah, if there's anything specific that you would like to see in the future, then do just drop me a DM, pop me a comment on there. I'll be getting this up as soon as I can. And thank you all for your time, and look forward to seeing you next time on AD Draws. Cheers.